Hi, this is Brandon Smiley from thirstgym.com. Today we're going to talk about an exercise called the RDL, or more commonly known as the Romanian Deadlift. There's a great glute hamstring, essentially a low back as well, but the low back is more isometrically working rather than being a prime mover. However, it's a great posterior chain exercise that you can put in your training programs for your personal training clients, your sports performance athletes. We use this a ton here at Thirst. It's one of our main staple exercises once we get kids to understand how to hinge properly and they've got this prerequisite strength to start using a barbell. We definitely get them on this exercise and start getting those hamstrings strong. The RDL is obviously a very eccentric heavy exercise, being that it's lower body hinge based, so please understand what this is going to do to your athletes from a training perspective and how potentially sore they can get from this. So with practices and games and everything, you might have to manipulate this particular exercise a little bit, or make sure that if you're putting it in your training programs, you're paying attention to the time of year and what kind of demands your athletes are having. We definitely don't want to be responsible for them potentially tweaking a hamstring in season or out of season if they're doing something kind of crazy with their practice schedule and stuff like that. So that's my little disclaimer for this exercise for your sports performance kids, the personal training clients. Get on them, get this right, have your athletes and your clients benefit from it. So we're going to put a barbell on a rack. Ideally, it's going to be at a height that when we pick it up, it's going to clear the J hooks. Okay, so it's going to clear these when we walk out. If you taught your athletes how to hinge with different hinge progressions, so dumbbell RDLs, pull-throughs, glute bridges, they understand what that muscle is supposed to feel like. They know that they're supposed to keep everything good and rigid. They're going to really push their hips back. You know, they're going to feel everything here in their glutes and their hamstrings, right? We know they're not going to actually, try to start doing rounding like this. Okay, you've done your prerequisite homework on that. This should be incredibly easy for them to kind of just pick up and go on. The main thing you have to coach on is keeping the lats tight, keeping the bar in so that they're not going to let that drift forward, because they're going to start being able to handle loads way heavier than they were when they were just doing a dumbbell or a kettlebell. So I'll also say that when it comes to RDL, we try to have our kids stay double overhand as long as possible. Once grip starts becoming a factor, then we let them do that flip grip where we have one up and one down. It's totally fine. I don't see any issues with most athletes with that, but if you can get them to stay double overhand as long as you possibly can, we try to do that. And for a lot of our kids, they're going to be there for a while until their glutes and hamstrings start getting so strong they have to flip over. So we're just going to have the bar shoulder width. We're going to walk, pick it up, step back, feet are shoulder width, everything's the same as our regular hinge or dumbbell RDL. Unlock the knees, chest stays tall, lats are good and engaged, so we don't want our shoulders forward like this. We're going to pull them back, feel the tennis balls on our elbows. We're going to be weight heavy on our whole foot, and then we're going to push our hips back. And as we push our hips back, this is going to come down to about below my knee level, and then back through. So here, back, here, back. So that's about, for me, this is about all that I need from a range of motion standpoint. This would probably be one of your primary exercises for the lower body, so you can train it heavy. However, this is probably not something you're doing doubles and triples on. You're probably going maybe 5 reps at the heaviest, so think 5 to 10 repetitions. And then, you may superset this with something, you may not. That's entirely up to you. But just understand the taxing ability that you're going to have with this. For us, when we superset it with something, we try to fix something that's not grip intensive. So we wouldn't superset this with necessarily like a lat pull down, so to speak. We're probably going to superset it with a pressing exercise. That way that the lats get a little bit of rest. And so does the grip as well, if we want to try to optimize our training time. So this is also probably what you're going to do for 3 to 5 sets. Listen to your athletes, coach them up, get it right. Don't worry about slapping the weight on. The bar is going to feel a little bit awkward at first compared to the dumbbells, but the movement pattern is the same. I think your athletes and your clients will get it if you've done all the other prerequisites to get it right. We make our athletes earn to use a barbell in our facility at certain ages, so we won't have a 4th or 5th grader doing this. We're going to stick with dumbbells and kettlebells and med balls. But with your older athletes, definitely get this in their hand as soon as you possibly can, because you're going to see a lot of benefit into getting your athlete not only stronger but also faster. If you got any questions, leave them in the comment section. Thanks. Have a great day.